Then at 20, I got the call that nobody ever wants to get in their life. My dad had passed away at 2 in the morning and had a sudden heart attack. And he was out on a truck for a break, didn't come back from break. After that, I started looking at life a lot differently, different lens, took it seriously, and my whole life changed from that point. You know, I was in shock for a little bit, and it's just not something that you ever really think is going to happen. You don't think you're going to get that call, especially when you're mature and you have that, you're at that age. And yeah, it was a light bulb, definitely, because I think the whole world shut down to me for a little while, and it was at that moment that I was actually starting to, it changed my entire respect for my dad too, because we were actually starting to get along right before he passed, and starting to understand why he did the things that he did, instead of just being the shithead kid that did. And so my mom told me that my dad always had a passion for real estate. And then she also told me that we were in a lawsuit against Vioxx, and Vioxx was a medical company, or there was a Merck, I think was a medical company, and Vioxx was the drug that my dad was taking for pain and some surgeries. And long story short there, us and 42,000 people won a lawsuit. That drug had put numerous families, 42,000 families, either had strokes, deaths, all kinds of stories, and my mom got turned down by more attorneys than she could even account before it really got exposed. My mom's a fighter. She stuck it out and she won, and so there was a settlement that the 42,000 split, and my mom ended up giving me some money to wipe out my debt. And she also told me that my dad had a dream for real estate and wanted to do real estate. A buddy of mine in California told me about a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I read it, and I'm not a reader. I've only read, to date, I've read a lot more, but then maybe 3 books, and they were all maybe school mandated. So I read this book, and I read it in 3 days. It was that appealing to me, and it was the most interesting thing in the world. And to summarize anyone that hasn't read the book, and I talk about it a lot, is that it is basically teaches you that money is supposed to work for you. You're not supposed to work for money. And I took that, and I spent the next, until now, living it and trying to go on this journey for real estate. So I still worked and climbed the ladder at AT&T, but that is what sparked my real estate passion.